This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're tuning in from. We got some national hockey on the tap this afternoon, this morning, as we transition through the day, I guess you could say, as we get set up for what will be a great finish to the World Hockey Championships in Finland once again this year. Of course, last year you would have known. I live streamed that over on Clemhawk. So yes, Owen, it's on TSN, friends. This is what you need to know. Peter, good afternoon to you as well, as we are getting set for Team Canada versus Team Germany live here on Dolynny TV as we get set up for the IIHF World Men's Hockey Championship final between these two teams. Germany, stunning the Americans yesterday, and then of course, yes, today it was a big setup matchup for Canada and Germany. Can you tell I'm a little out of practice? I can tell, as it looks like Latvia also won bronze today, upsetting the Americans in the bronze medal game in overtime, winning 4-3. So that's a pretty big get for them after falling to Canada in the semifinals. So, friends, as we're getting things set up this afternoon, we got a long way to go, so we're just maybe a little bit of time to kill to actually enjoy things a little bit, since the Oilers have been eliminated, and kind of settle back into a little bit of a routine thing that had become quite something there over the past several months, and then all of a sudden it kind of depleted itself with the Oilers falling in Game 6 to the Vegas Golden Knights. But hey, you know what? We're all good to go. So, Owen, I'm glad you're going to be able to watch tonight, or this afternoon. I'll mess that up a million times, I promise you that. Peter, you're going for Germany, and Kern, your friend's dad is the Hurricanes announcer, like the Hurricanes TV, radio, what kind of announcer? That is the question. And Peter, Leon is not playing with Team Germany. I believe he just kind of chose to go and rest up. I know we've seen a lot of photos of him with his dog, I think is what we've seen here this off season. So he's resting up, enjoying, kind of relaxing a little bit after things went sideways there in the playoffs for the Oilers, and of course trying to get back into what will be game shape here in September, early September, for another run at the Stanley Cup. The crazy part is, friends, as much as it sucks the Oilers have been booted from the playoffs, it's almost already June. That's the craziest part of all this, is when those playoff runs go that deep into a year, even though it's only the second round, is you are almost halfway through, right? You get through April, you're almost through May, which leaves June, July, August. And I mean, June, July, kind of that middle part of June to middle part of July is always action-packed. So you don't have much to worry about. There's always Oilers news. It's just this part right here, right now, of, I guess you could say, June and May, right? This first 2 weeks of June and the last 2 weeks of May are going to be very dry, as they have been so far. So, Kern, you're talking about the stadium announcer, okay? I missed that, but there we go. And here we go. Here is the lineup for Team Canada today. Milan Lucic, Cody Glass, Adam Fantilli, Lawson Crouse, Scott Lawton, Jack Quinn, Jake Neighbors, the Airdrie Kid, Peyton Krebs, Sammy Blaze, Michael Carcone, Jack McBain, and Tyler Toffoli are on the run here today for the Canadians up front. And of course, Peter, you're saying about the playoffs starting later this year. They started much later last year too, so that was kind of the added bonus last year. We got a lot of way into the off season just by being in the playoffs as deep as we were, going those 4 games against Colorado. So yeah, no, it's nice that we got deeper in, but at the same rate too is we still have that 2-3 week gap where there just isn't much, if anything, to talk about. As you guys have seen, I've been struggling for topics, as everybody has been in the Oilers universe. I think even the Oilers nation has been struggling to come up with some content here over the past few weeks. So, all right, what do we got going? I'm just trying to double check things here, make sure we're all on pace and the back end is all good. Looks like it is. We should be good to fly here for the rest of the live stream. And Peter, does Dallas pull off the comeback? Friends, I haven't really been, actually I haven't watched a single third round matchup, to be honest with you. I kind of tuned out, got going to ball, and camping and all that stuff going on here over the past little bit. But I don't know when Dallas decided to start playing in this series, but obviously they figured it out, and yeah, they've got a good chance to do it still. And I think kind of similar to what Boston might do against Miami in the NBA playoffs. I've heard a lot more about that, but obviously that's because the NBA is so unavoidable with how they market. But let's go find out when the NHL draft is. It's Wednesday, June 28th through Thursday, June 29th. So that is mildly inconvenient for a guy like me who would like to have that on Saturday, so as we could just sit there and talk about it all day and at least enjoy doing it together. But that, I guess, will be a question remaining to be seen, as we'll have to see what the situation is at the end of June. I didn't miss the draft, thankfully, due to work in a rodeo, so I guess I can enjoy that a little bit. And then free agency is going to be an interesting go as well. I don't know when NHL free agency opens. NHL free agency 2023 opens on July 1st is what it's looking like here this year. But hold on, I don't think so. I think that's all messed up. Where is it? I don't see anything to indicate when free agency opens, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Is it July 1st this year? That's a really short window from the draft to sign your guys, but I guess one month from today for the draft, and then 1 month and a few days from the NHL free agency opening this year. It's good to see that it's back on July 1st, if it is indeed on July 1st. That's a huge gift for the NHL and obviously for us as hockey fans, because in Canada, right, you have that day off. That's a really nice part, unless, of course, for some reason we're still moving on those days. But hopefully, according to everything we've got going here over the next little bit, we shouldn't be moving past July 1st. So we should be good to do a little all-day live stream, just like we did for the NHL trade deadline. We could do an all-day live stream for the NHL free agency, see what the Oilers do, kind of do that, get the videos up while doing it live. We could do that. We could have a little bit of fun, just like the old post-game live shows. I guess we could do that. Figure it out, I guess. As I'm just trying to sit here and watch kind of the German attack here. They're showing some highlights there from the Germans scoring the goals, but we'll see what happens here for Canada this afternoon, friends. If you're tuning in and you're just wondering why I'm meandering my way through some NHL stuff, it's been a while since I've been live, so we should be good to go with some IIHF World Hockey Championship stuff here in about, it's 10:40. We should be good in about 20-25 minutes. We should be closer to puck drop, and then we should be ready to rock and roll for obviously the game right away after 11 o'clock. So that's where we find ourselves. TSN's going to head to a commercial break right away, but they're going to show the highlights of Latvia upsetting the Americans in overtime once again, and Latvia, of course, showing up in this tournament big time, and yeah, their fans were losing their minds that they won that bronze medal. So that's their gold medal, that's for sure. And just a tough go that they had to face Canada in the final. That's the toughest part for them. So let's go see if there's anything that we can find here. A Nugent Hopkins rumor out of Boston, which I will talk about later today. Apparently the Boston Bruins are trying to trade back Taylor Hall to the Oilers and trade a defenseman to the Oilers and get Nugent Hopkins. It's a mess of an idea, but I guess it's a thing that could happen, according to one Boston insider, Jimmy Murphy. Anything else we're seeing here? I don't think there was. I don't think there is anything here that we can see, and nope, there isn't anything else that I can see. So we are good to just keep rocking and rolling here, friends, as we continue to try to get things off and running for what will be a great little afternoon of hockey. But biggest thing is too, we're started the live stream about 15% or 15 minutes earlier, so now hopefully we can get things started on time here once that 10:45 mark hits. So all right, we gotta see what we can find here on the back end again. I'm just curious if something kind of went through on the back end or not. So give me a second here. Been a while since I've been live, so I'm struggling to come up with the regular routine, but it looks like if I did that right, we should be good to go. And give me a second here. Yes. Okay, perfect. That's good in the background. We're good to go. Eric, welcome in as we are getting set up for Canada versus Germany this afternoon. Hopefully, of course, Canada comes through and doesn't choke like they did last year. I don't know if you guys watched last year, but Canada choked heavily against Finland. Of course, they did have a goalie get injured in that game, but this year, hopefully not that same situation, as that's a beauty of a goal right there. And then this one here from Adam Fantilli, just an absolute beauty of a goal. And they're showing off the Canadian fans in the stands, of course, too. Canada travels well all across the world for hockey every chance we get. And now they're showing some Germany highlights there, and Tiffels scored a big goal. And Peter, how often will I stream during the regular season? I'll try and do pretty much the exact same workload I did this past season. I try and be live as often as possible, but of course those 5 o'clock games, the Out East games, and just the weekend games are sometimes a crapshoot and kind of a miss in between. But I think we had a pretty good schedule of live streamed games this year, so hopefully do it again this next year and do it the same way, because I think pretty much the momentum we built was pretty unreal, and I think now it's going to be one of those things, if I want the big views on YouTube, it's going to be based off of the live streams. That's kind of what the live streams are showing to me right now, as that's kind of been what the playoffs did, right? You think about those playoff videos that I did, they really didn't get that many views, and then all of a sudden the live streams were banging off for as many views as they were. So I'm sure there will be the appetite for the live stream stuff again this year, so we'll try and capitalize on that as much as possible. But for right now, it's just going to be for the off season, do the draft if I can. Depends what time I get home, I guess. And then of course do the free agency day, and then maybe try and get a couple of the other little events the Oilers do throughout the off season in there as well. So see what we can do, but it'll be an interesting go. And obviously too, it's going to be a busy summer, and there is plans. If I can line it up, friends, I might be able to live stream an entire rodeo on Dolynny TV this year. Just got to get the rights to it, but sounds like it might be something that's possible to do this year, and hopefully, because I loved doing it last year, but it would be really nice to go out there and obviously live stream a little something different, as you saw with the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships in end of March, early April there this season as well. So here we go, friends, as they're just going to show all the Latvia jerseys in the crowd there as they are chanting along there and enjoying themselves a good time. And they are pretty dang proud of what they achieved this weekend, because obviously Latvia was going for gold and then it got knocked out by Canada, and we're still able to knock off a tough opponent in the Americans to win the bronze medal. And the Americans have had a very poor tournament showing for the past several years. I don't think they've won a gold medal since 1993 or something, is something I read on Twitter. So that's a tough go. But as we get going, friends, I'm going to see if we can find anything on this game here. Let me see if it's going to let me refresh and find the gold medal game at last, so as maybe we can have a scoreboard tonight. That'd be all right if we could, as we will go back down here. Still nothing available for the gold medal game on TSN, so that is unfortunate. Let's go over to Hockey Canada here. Let's see if there's anything else we can do. Nothing here. They've got Canada, or the Americans versus Latvia. They still have a TBD for the gold medal games, so oh well, never mind. We will just let it be for the time being, and we will just keep rocking and rolling along. Hudson, welcome back in, as we are getting the regular faces back in here for what should be a great little live stream today. Obviously, right now we're kind of humming along, about 14, 15 of you along for the ride. Trust me, by about the second period, we'll be back to those playoff numbers against the LA Kings that we were seeing, so don't worry about that. We'll be there in no time. And hasn't won a gold medal at the World Championship since 1934. Really, Peter? Oof, I knew it was a long time, but I didn't think it was that long. I don't know where that stat I read was then. I don't know what I was reading, but that is rough for the Americans who obviously have a good team, but when you have your best players still in the playoffs, usually that's why you usually can't get it going. Scout, good afternoon to you as well, as we're getting things kicked off here suddenly, as we're just to pass that 10:45 mark that I did set the stream for, so we should just about be ready to get things up and underway here in a matter of moments, friends, as we're about 13 minutes away from top of the clock, and then all of a sudden we just got a few more minutes after that to get the intros and the anthems underway, and then we're good to go for what will be a fun afternoon of hockey. And now they're showing some highlights there. They had just frozen, but all good and good to go. As Hudson, yes, Latvia beat USA in overtime. They've shown a ton of the highlights there. It bounced off a skate, and the one guy skating in from the point was just ready to smack it home. Shot it home and scored the goal, and that's how the Americans ended up losing, is just a bad bounce off a skate, ends up on the defenseman's stick, and it's a big goal scored, so not bad at all. Scout, it's available on TSN, so this is one of those things, right? The NHL is pretty much all on Sportsnet, whereas the international hockey that we get to watch is all on TSN, right? The World Juniors, the World Championships, the Women's World Championships, all that. So that's where we're going to just be hanging out tonight, is on the live stream from TSN, and doing that whole situation this afternoon, is they're going to show off a whole bunch of Adam Fantilli, who's trying his best to try and maybe upset Connor Bedard in that number one spot, but there is absolutely no way Connor Bedard gets upset on that number one overall draft pick situation. So they've got a whole bunch of inductees for the IIHF Hall of Fame, which happens, I think, on the Saturday before the gold medal game, as per usual. And Christine, the game has not started yet. We are a long ways yet from the game starting, thankfully. We are about 20-30 minutes away. Just started the live stream early, as per usual, to try and get the traffic up and get everybody in here. Friends, I know there's 17 of you and 6 of you have hit the like button, but if you can hit the like button right now, that'd be great too. I guess I should ask about that. And Hudson, you still can't believe Latvia won. Yeah, no, it's a pretty big go for Latvia. They've had a pretty incredible rise to the start of their hockey dominance, I guess you could say. They're starting to really add it up and get going. And you think back to, was it 2014 at the Olympics, that game against Canada? That's kind of where it all started for them, and now you kind of see what's happening here from it, is they are starting to really, really dominate for international hockey. And I mean, problem is, right, when you've got 16 teams in a tournament and you win bronze, you dominated, quite honestly, and that's the best part about it. So hopefully they can continue, because yeah, they have been building a very good program, and you see more and more Latvian NHLers coming up and into the systems for NHL teams. So we'll see if that ends up being the case here for the Oilers at this draft at all. And Eric, thank you so much. And Christine, thank you again as well. And Peter, Laviolette is the favorite to be the next Rangers coach. Yes, I did see that, according to Elliot Friedman, and that we would know within the next week or so. So that's pretty important, as it'll continue to develop here as the offseason goes along. Obviously, the Oilers don't have many moves like that to be made, but it'll be interesting to see what comes of it across the NHL as coaching candidates move around and stuff, and how that dictates maybe player movement a little bit as well. So German engineering is what they're talking about here. Best scoring efficiency at the World Hockey Championships so far this year. Canada's shooting 9.8%, Germany's shooting 13.9%, Switzerland shot 12.1%. So that is tough. And friends, as well today, stay tuned. Later this afternoon, I should have a video up about Nugent Hopkins potentially being traded to the Boston Bruins. Nothing official on our end, but apparently the Bruins are looking into it according to one of their insiders. And they're trying to add him as a piece to maybe replace Patrice Bergeron. Not really sure. So, yeah, let's see what happens, I guess you could say. Uh, Eric, yeah, it's still something that Latvia beat the Americans today, because like you think about it, right? The U.S. loses to Germany in overtime and then loses to Latvia in overtime in the bronze medal game. That's a really tough goal. There's Henrik Zetterberg getting a Hall of Fame induction, Brian Leach getting a Hall of Fame induction. Interesting. And there he is on our television screens right now. Brian Leach, 2023 IIHF Hall of Fame inductee. And it's not about us losing Nuge. It's more or less just the Bruins kind of throwing out there who they're targeting right now, and obviously that's going to be a nice little discussion to have, because I think it's kind of one of those things right now for the Oilers where if somebody came calling for the right package, I think you have to listen, but you ain't making the move, right? You have to listen, just humor them, but you ain't making the move to trade Nugent Hopkins. That would be absolutely insane. So that's where we're at. All right, what do we got? Cristobal Huet, Brian Leach, Caroline Ouellette, and a couple of other players, including Jimmy Foster. Sorry, woke up with a very sore throat this morning as well, so hopefully things work out here down the stretch. I don't know why the TSN feed just froze up. We will just exit full screen over there. And looks like my computer might have froze. Uh-oh. This ain't good. Uh-oh. Okay. We still live? Hoping we're still live. Looks like we're still live. Perfect. Sorry about that, friends. The TSN feed just froze up, so my apologies. Not sure what happened there, but the TSN feed just froze up and almost crashed my computer on me, so that's where we're at. But yeah, we're still live. Perfect. That's all that matters at the end of the day, is that the live stream didn't crash. And when I can't touch anything on my computer, maybe it's getting time to almost replace the computer at this point. And it is, of course, over several years old now, so we'll find out. But they're showing some highlights, the best highlights from around the tournament so far this year at the IIHF Worlds. But yeah, back to the Nugent Hopkins stuff. It's kind of one of those things that the Bruins might be calling on it, and the problem is you're going to have to listen, because humor them and at least get them away from asking again. That's going to be the toughest part, is making sure that nobody's continually calling on Nugent Hopkins, because we know he's not available. Hello, little kitty. You want to come up? You see me live down here, so you want to come up and visit? Okay, buddy. Come here. There we go. Let's get him up here. Oh my God. Nope, not in the back of the neck. And there we go. So, Peter, you're asking who we should get in free agency as the Edmonton Oilers. I think, honestly, you got to look at a right-hand shot defenseman, and in that as well, trade out Cody Ceci, because that's the only way you're really going to be able to afford it, is by pretty much trading out Cody Ceci to be able to afford signing a defenseman on the right-hand side. Obviously, the space too is needed there as well, so it's kind of the tough part for the Oilers, is it's a right-hand shot defenseman that's better than Cody Ceci that's needed, but you have to get rid of Cody Ceci before you can do that, is the problem. So that's where we're at right now, friends. And obviously, as it continues to go here for the pregame, we are just about to that 11 o'clock hour, and we should be just about ready to get this game underway here in a matter of moments, and then we should be in it for the next 3 hours or so. Peter, you'd like to see Orlov come to the Oilers? I think that'll be too expensive. That's the problem. The Oilers, at best, can probably spend about $4 million on a guy on the blue line, and I just don't know if Orlov, based on what he did with the Bruins, is going to be available to the Oilers for $4 million, but it is what it is. I guess we'll see what the Oilers can do with it, or do they explore the trade route? That's going to be the other interesting question as well. So, whole bunch of possibilities here, but hopefully for the Oilers this offseason we get some intrigue, because it's been slow. And I will tell you, the old Dolynny TV machine is slowing down pretty heavily here over the past few weeks, as things have just kind of died out for the Edmonton Oilers. And just as we go here, things kind of peaking back to life because of the live stream today. That's why I figured I'd get it live, is try and have a little something going on the live stream today, and get something going up on the channel. Is this the best hour in the 78 views on the live stream so far? This is the best hour in the past 48 hours on Dolynny TV in terms of the views. So we be struggling, my friends. We be struggling, but that is also kind of indication that it's 25 degrees. There's fires all over the place, and it's just a kind of weird situation for Oilers fans right now. So we'll just not worry about that too much. And Bill, some of the best players in the NHL weren't interested in going over after they were eliminated. Well, I'll tell you, when you've gotten to the second round, it's kind of tough. And for a lot of those guys that are top-tier players that would normally try and break open the World Championships for Team Canada or Team USA, is a lot of the guys this year were banged up and dealing with injuries. And two, by the time you get to Game 6 of the second round, like Draisaitl and McDavid did, it's really tough to get over there and actually make an impact in the games. And two, you're stealing a roster spot from somebody who earned the roster spot initially. So that's kind of the new thinking on it. Is it's not even I don't want to go. It's just I really don't want to change how the team already is, right? And I know even there was Timothy Liljegren and William Nylander rumored to be going, and I think Liljegren's the only one that ended up going because I guess Sweden probably needed a defenseman as opposed to needing another forward, although they probably could have used Nylander in hindsight, but Nylander's got a whole offseason of trade speculation ahead, so there's a whole bunch of things going on there. And well, Peter, that's a problem this year for those guys. They don't have a team in the race, so I guess that kind of eliminates that one. But that's also a totally different team mentality compared to Canada, US, and all that crew, right? I think if Draisaitl hadn't been two-hand slashed by Pietrangelo, I don't know, maybe you see him go to Germany as well. I'm not sure how that all plays out, but that's kind of the problem, right? It's a whole ordeal getting through the first two rounds of the playoffs, and I don't think we've seen McDavid go any year he's made the playoffs, if I'm mistaken. Correct me, but I don't think we have. So it's 11 o'clock now, and we are ready to flip live to the broadcast of the game now, which is exciting, as we should be set up for what will be a good afternoon of hockey. And Adam Fantilli is ready to rock and roll here. Canada versus Germany. And this big thing, Sam Montembeault is in net for Canada. He's the Canadiens goalie, right? I think he is. I think I'm right there. Medusa, welcome in. And Moritz Seider obviously on the blue line for Team Germany this afternoon. And Mark Rowe and Dave Reed will walk us in here. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi, bud. Just being too cute. But yeah, so it was Latvia that upset the United States today in the bronze medal game. 4-3 in overtime. Rubin scored the tying goal and the winning goal. Bukarets and Yaks also had goals in the game. All right, as this one's here for the. Come on, cat. Come on, cat. Quit. Oh, maybe if I did that button up, that would probably solve that problem. But yeah, we are just about 10 minutes or so from the game getting underway. And Medusa, it's all good that you're screaming for Germany this time. We will gladly take the German fans, I will tell you. It was a great time last year live streaming with the Finnish side. Here's the thing. I'm a Canadian through and through. I'm a Canadian homer through and through. I love my Canadian teams winning national, international titles. But I will tell you what ends up happening here at the World Championships. And this is kind of to Bill's point earlier, is these World Championships matter so much more to teams outside of North America, right? There's a reason the Americans haven't won in so long. There's a reason why Canada doesn't win every single year. There's a reason, right? And that is because these tournaments matter so much to the European nations. You think, as we had mentioned as well, how much it matters to Latvia to win the bronze medal game and stuff. The teams here just absolutely care about their hockey in the World Championships. It's their Stanley Cup half the time. So for Germany, this is where I'm almost realistically rooting for Germany to win this game, just because honestly, we have, as Team Canada, we have really nothing to gain, right? It's just scrap guys from across the NHL going to this game, across the AHL and across the NCAA. But yeah, no, this is where for like Germany, if they won gold, you imagine what that does for German hockey. That is going to accelerate their product and their just their whole shebang with the formula of how to generate more hockey players in Germany. It's going to change things so drastically, it's not even funny. So that's where a lot of me, I don't lose. No matter what happens here in this gold medal game, same thing as with Finland last year, you don't lose, because Finland last year, they won it and they absolutely exploded over it. So now it'll be really awesome to see what happens here for Canada. As right, you think about the defense, Jake Middleton, Brad Hunt, Pierre Olivier, Joseph, Tyler Myers, Justin Barron, Mackenzie Weegar. In net is Sam Montembeault and Devin Levi. So that's where it is, right? It doesn't really matter to me if Canada wins this. It's just one of those nice opportunities where, as somebody on YouTube who usually live streams big event hockey games, I get a chance to live stream another big one and sit back and enjoy some good hockey between two teams vying for an international championship. Why not? Let's enjoy. And yeah, so Peter, that's exactly right. In Europe, the gold medal winners, they are celebrities, right? They are the biggest thing to happen that week, that month in the country. So you think about Latvia, they are going to party hard for the next week over that next whatever they do to celebrate that bronze medal. So but Del Rita, Ogmin and Jackal. Did anyone watch the Vegas Golden Knights game yesterday? Here's the thing. I haven't watched a single, for friends just tuning in, I haven't watched a single third round action between either Dallas and Vegas or Florida and Carolina. I know that was a whole different situation, but it's kind of one of those things, is just, I really don't care, right? The Oilers were supposed to go out there and win the Stanley Cup, and they served up a hot bowl of disappointment. So now it's just a matter of going out there and seeing the Oilers do their thing in the offseason. I don't really care who wins the Cup at this point. I don't think there's really any intrigue as an Oilers fan to see anyone win the Stanley Cup. So that's the tough part right now for us, is it's just we got to go out there and get on with it and move through the draft, move into free agency, and just hopefully the Oilers find themselves a way to get going, right? That's my concern. But Peter, I like it. I like it, right? A gold medal for Germany will be great, but also having Leon Draisaitl win the Stanley Cup next year would be even better for German hockey. So that's yeah, no, that's huge. So that's where we're at right now. Is just it's going to be interesting, right? I mean, Germany's had a good tournament to get here to this point, and Canada choked it in the overtime frame last year against Finland. So we'll see. We'll see what comes out of it here for Team Germany and Team Canada this afternoon. I'm really hoping we get a little bit of overtime. Trust me, overtime last year was electric. That was probably the most insane thing I've had happen during international hockey so far. Doing it on Dolynny TV it was absolutely insane. And I will tell you, Peter, the comeback story of Sergei Bobrovsky has been absolutely phenomenal to see for the Florida Panthers. Right, it was like, what are they doing signing him to that big contract? And now it is just 4 games at minimum away from paying off for the Florida Panthers. That would be absolutely awesome to see for them, because there was a time not very long ago that we thought that was going to be the biggest rotting contract in the NHL for the next several years, and now the Florida Panthers are 4+ games away from winning the Stanley Cup. That is crazy to think, and especially on the back of Sergei Bobrovsky as well. All right, friends, we are just about ready to get underway here. We are 2 minutes away from flipping live to the anthems, and then we should be ready to rock and roll for the rest of the hockey game. But let me see here. Let's go over here and quickly just get ready for this one here. There we go. We are off and running here so far this hour. That's for sure to see, as things look good still in the background. The last time I checked the background stuff, that's when the stream froze up. So hopefully that isn't the case. But it's also not a +30 day here in southern Alberta today, so let me turn on the heater and I will run upstairs right quick, friends, to refill the water bottle as we've gotten through the pregame, and we'll get things going here in just a matter of moments. Stay tuned. Be right back. All right. Give me a sec here. Just crushed a couple Oreos and still had a little Oreo crumb on the teeth, but should be ready to rock and roll here, friends, as we are just about underway. As they're showing some highlights here of Canada versus Finland from last year. Or was this 2 years ago? Yeah, this is 2 years ago. As now that's the overtime winner from the year prior, where Finland ended up winning it there. And Roland, yes, as well. Bayern Munich is the German soccer champion. I believe Bayern Munich is where Alphonso Davies plays, if I'm not mistaken. Our Edmonton boy, Alphonso Davies. I think I've got that right. And Christine used to live in Germany. That's an interesting little tidbit there as well. But what do we got going here? We are seeing a tour of Finland from Lindsay Hamilton of TSN. And it looks windy there. I did not know that it gets windy in Finland. That is interesting. That's something that I deal with quite heavily in southern Alberta myself. But Boromir, yeah, no, Bobrovsky finally showing up. And like I said, it's a tough go for Florida that they've had to wait this long. But now that it's about to play off, that's awesome. It's going to be awesome to see what happens here for the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup final. But obviously, will I even be watching? That's a whole nother question. That is for sure. It'll be interesting to see if I can sit myself down and actually spend a little bit of time watching it, because obviously ball work, moving, all that stuff. It'll be interesting to see how this all pans out over the next few weeks. But as we get going here, Eric, just didn't catch you on your way out, but that looks like an awesome big latte right there. That's fantastic. Pella's Cafe looks like a cat cafe at in Finland. That would be interesting. And that little cheese bagel looks really good too. Oh my goodness, lots of good looking food in Finland. That's the biggest part. I'm kind of really picky about trying new foods, but at the same rate too. Some stuff just looks so good. I mean, there's some Portuguese baking. I don't know if you've ever. Sorry, I'm distracting away, but they're also distracting us with some tourism stuff in Finland. But if you've ever had Portuguese baking, friends, that stuff is unreal. I mean, you have to go any Portuguese bakery you have close to you. You have to go check it out, try it out, because there is just some unreal stuff available. I had the old cream eclair, I think is what they call it, at Handy Bakery in Edmonton. That stuff is unbelievable. Obviously nothing like anything I've had before when it comes to talking about eclairs and stuff, but it's fantastic to definitely go out there and support local businesses, but at the same rate too, enjoy some very good food. So that's my suggestion to you today. Christine, yeah, that will happen. That is for sure. Coming from Cold Lake myself, I do know that situation. A lot of my friends have dealt with that situation over the course of their lives. So I do get the military situation, moving around all the time, going around and traveling the world with the Canadian military or the American military as it is, or with any military across the world, I guess you could say. But Sam Montembeault, so far at the World Championship, 5-1-0, 1.32 goals against average and a 942 save percentage. But 6-2-0 is the goaltender in net for Team Germany tonight. So here's the Germany. Harold Kreis is the head coach for Team Germany. He's doing an interview right now talking about the unbelievable opportunity to be in the gold medal game here against Canada at this year's IIHF World Championships. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. Also, if you see my arms moving a lot, the cat just joined back up into my lap here, so he's enjoying. And the coach says, if it happens, it is great. That is the message from the German coach tonight over in Finland. And here we go. We've got ourselves all the Canadian and German fans walking around the streets enjoying things, that's for sure. And now we just got to go out there and get this game started. That's all that matters at this point, is getting this game started and getting underway with what should be a good finish to the weekend. It's Sunday. Feels like Saturday. I had to work yesterday, so it feels like Saturday, but we'll survive. We'll survive and get this job done, I guess you could say. But, yeah, that's where we're sitting right now. And Medusa, does the Canadian media even really care about this final? Honestly, TSN's about the only one that cares about it. Sportsnet doesn't even put it on their front page. It's kind of tough right now because, like I said, this is much more of a European thing than compared to a North American thing when it comes to this World Championship. Like, you think about the last time that it was ever held in Canada or the US. I don't even know if I know that answer, if it ever even has been. So that's kind of the big thing for Europe, is this is a big event, and they're trying to go out there and win this one for Germany this afternoon. And obviously too, Canada would like to try and win just for the few dollars that it boasts towards the Hockey Canada program. But for Germany, this would be a massive victory. All right, we are just about ready to get things underway, as they're going to show some more highlights of across Paris, I guess, as we are almost set for, no, sorry, that's Roland Garros. I was talking about the Olympics in Paris, but that isn't until next year, I believe. But here we're seeing a whole bunch of highlights of Roland Garros right now. So that's May 28th to June 11th, so it's just underway. And here's Sam Montembeault hitting the ice for Team Canada. So we are ready to get things underway in Tampere, Finland. And the Canadian faithful all cheer along in the stands here. And Niederberger, I think, is the goaltender, if I'm not mistaken. We'll get that checked in a minute here. Smurfy, welcome in. And tomorrow is a tomorrow is a bank holiday in Germany. Oh my goodness, if you win, yeah, no, it could be a party in Germany if you guys win this one tomorrow. That's for sure. Monday off on the end of a month. Don't mind me at all. Jack McBain out there for Team Canada as well. Here come a couple more German players down the tunnel. And lining up against the blue line as all the Canadian faithful wave their sticks at center ice along the blue line. And we are just about ready to go. JJ Peterka on the ice for Germany. He's been a hero for the German side for the international teams over the past 3-4 years now. And I've quite enjoyed his game. I've gotten to kind of know JJ Peterka quite well, just watching him on television here over the past 3 years, playing for Germany at the World Juniors, now playing, I think, with the Buffalo Sabres, if we're not mistaken, and now at the World Championships here. As Tyler Toffoli, Captain Canada, exchanges the handshake with the German captain, and we are ready to get things underway here. It's Harold Kreis. It is Kreis, so I was close. I had two guesses, and I hit one of them. And now all of a sudden we'll have a face-off at center ice here in a matter of moments, as the Germans are going to skate to their bench and get things ready to go. Toffoli will be on the ice to start this shift. And Germany just has wandered around the zone a little bit there. Canada's 5 skaters on the ice. Uyghur will start on the blue line. Carcone out there for Canada as well. And friends, we are just about ready to get this whole shebang underway as L. That's an interesting last name. I honestly haven't seen an EHL last name before, but that's awesome to see as well. Another guy that I get to come familiar with this afternoon. Sam Montembeault in net for Team Canada. 6 games played, 140 shots against, 8 goals against, and a 949 or 9.429 save percentage. And then Matthias Niederberger as well in net. 8 games played, 179 shots against, 16 goals against. He's been solid so far. Face off at center ice, friends. And they've got the light effects going around the dot at Nokia Arena in Finland. And here we go, McBain versus Sturm. Sturm kicks it back and the Germans win the face-off. It's going to be kicked across right in front. The Germans a little bobble in front. They'll go to the far side boards now, work through the neutral zone. We'll come up with the names here as the stream comes along. I promise you that. Going in behind the Canadian net. The Germans play it back to the point. They've got it far side now, near side point. Shot fired, saved by Montembeault. And Canada will regather. Here's Toffoli. He's going to flip it out to the far side. And that'll go to the German blue line and be picked up by Germany in their own zone. Here they're trying to transition out. They'll skate back and get a line change completed. As Mueller will go in behind his own net. He'll work it across and into the middle there as Germany will chip it off a defensive stick of Mackenzie Uyghur into the near side corner in the Canadian zone. And I'm going to say Oilers zone at some point. I promise you that much. I promise that. as this one's going to be worked now by Germany back into the Canadian end. This one will be worked in behind on the dump in by Canada. Now to the near side boards, high in the zone. Now back in behind Montembeault. 18:57 to go here in the first period. And this one will now be skated out by Tyler Myers, who's going to stop up and make a second pivot. And now he's in trouble, and he's turned the puck over. The Germany's on the attack. They've turned the puck over immediately to Tyler Myers. I thought that was going to be something else. But this one's going to now be worked ahead into the neutral zone. Turned back again by Germany. They're offside, though. And now Barron will pick this one up. He will play this one across, and this will be fired up ahead into the zone and down low into the Germany end. Near side corner, Canada with the puck. They're going to play it back to the point. Under control, the shot fired towards the net. Bounces in front. Scramble in front of the net. The German side able to pick it up and scramble it back out of the zone. Quickly dump it in, and on the attack they come. Firing back into the high point. The shot fired. Save made by Montembeault from the slot. And that will be a stoppage in play. And Peter, I believe Veleno is still serving Game 5 or Game 4 of his 5-game suspension that he was handed down for the blade attack on the player he attacked there. I don't even know which team that was against, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, I think he's still serving his suspension. So that will be the case for Canada. Here's Cody Glass taking the face off. This one's worked back. Shot fired, saved by Montembeault. Now work back to the point as this one's being worked off the boards, bouncing around on that near side in the Canadian end. Now to the near side in the German end as they will once again transition up into the neutral zone, play it in. This one's going to be worked in there by Germany, and on the attack they'll fire it around the boards all the way to the far side point. Coming off the bench was another attacker for Germany, near side point. The shot fired, missed wide of the net, and now goes down as it's going to continue to roll around the Canadian end. This one now comes out of the zone though. Cedar picks it up. Maurice Sider? Yeah, Maurice Sider. That's proper. He picked it up. Now he's got it on his own end as he comes up into the neutral ice. This one will be worked ahead. The shot fired, blocked off the skates of Middleton out of play, and that will be another stoppage in play right like that. So friends, we are blitzing along here so far. And Sturm out there as Nico Sturm, 21 shots on goal in the tournament, 6 goals, a 28.5% shooting percentage. That is absolutely insane. Epiphany, good afternoon, sir. Welcome in. So this one will now be a face-off for Sturm in the Canadian zone. There's one little German flag waving in the crowd. Getting going, and this one will now be an opportunity for Canada to scramble up the draw. Germany wins it though. They'll fire the shot off the blocker of Montembeault. 17:13 to go here in the first period of play, Peter, as we get things rolling around the Canadian end yet again. Germany so far controlling the pace of play in this game. And this one will be turned over for Canada as they will come back the other way. The red and white and the black jersey tops will come over here and fire the shot. Mackenzie Weegar to the middle of the ice, couldn't get it through. Now it's picked up by Germany, batting it off the glass and out down the length into the Canadian zone. They'll turn back and stumble on that play there, will the Canadian defenseman. This will be played high into the zone by Canada, and they'll retreat back down deep into their own zone as Weegar turns over the puck. Germany in on the attack, and this just a mess of a play as Weegar falls on the side of the net for some reason. This one's going to be worked back down into the Canadian end by Germany before it's cleared by Canada to the middle of the ice. Here's the shot loading up, save made by Niederberger. And now that was a big time opportunity for Canada on the rush to get something going. 16:13 to go here in this first period of play. Fired in by Canada. Germany is going to backhand this one off and now picked up in behind their own net. Germany is going to just shovel past this off the boards. Nice little hop right onto a stick as they get across the Canadian blue line. The shot fired towards the net. Bounces high, another shot save made by Montembeault. And here's another shot loading, and third shot, that one's going to be blocked again. Canada getting in the shooting lane so far here in this one. This one's going to be played back, fired around the boards, down low. Hits the referee in the corner as Canada bumps the man off the puck. As this continues to battle here in Germany, is just absolutely dominating here to start this first period. 15.5 minutes to go in this first period. This one's going to be banged up off the boards by Germany again. They'll be fired into their own zone and forced to retreat on the play. That's going to be Neighbors getting to the attack. He's continuing to roll around the zone. He's going to battle it off the boards. Can't get it going. Back the other way. And now here comes Germany. A shot fired off of Montembeau or off the side of the net. Not really sure. This one's going to be fired back in by Germany. As that will go all the way down low into the Canadian zone and picked up there again, worked out into the neutral ice. Germany, though, quick on the retreat. They've got it back into the Canadian end. Shot fired towards the net. Montembeau with another big save, and he's had to make about 5 of those so far this game. Honestly, this is crazy to see Germany just absolutely out here dominating, and the only thing I hope is that they don't burn themselves out trying to dominate this early part of this hockey game, and then Canada runs away with it late. But Germany all over the Canadian attack in their own zone here. Back to the blue line. Uyghur's going to fire the shot. It's going to go off the pad of the German goaltender. A dangerous little flick shot there from Mackenzie Uyghur. The shot over top of the net. And this one will now go back in behind as Canada's getting to the attack. And Fintilli's creating some havoc down low. The shot from the point comes in, blocked in front there by the Germans. And this one's going to be fired around the zone by Canada on the chip in to keep it in. Germany, though, is going to be able to get this puck to the neutral. And Uyghur was able to last second keep it alive for their side as they will continue to get this one back into their own end. D to D. Look for a breakout pass. They've got somebody on the near side. Up the boards they go into the zone. Here's Peterka spinning off the puck, and he's taken down to the ice. And here comes Canada back the other way with Toffoli. Toffoli across the line. He gets that one just through. And now back in behind the net. Canada's going to set up the attack, bouncing it off the boards back to the point. The shot fired, blocked in front. And on the attempted tip there from Canada. 13:22 to go in this first period. And this first period's had some pace. Let me tell you, I didn't expect to be absolutely blitzing along here in this first period, but we are. As Canada will see this one chopped off their stick as Peterka was able to drive it down low. And this is going to be Canada having to work out as they get some free room to move. And this one's now across the line. Here's the shot loading onto the goaltender Niederberger, and he will make a save, and a Canadian player is taken down. But we will have a stoppage in play, as that is, you know what, awesome to see for Team Germany. That effort right there, that was fantastic to see from them, friends. And right there, we're on commercial break, so I'll send you one of these just to see if it is working. Let me know. And it is indeed working, so there you go. That's what we need to know. And that's fantastic to see out of Germany so far. They've, you know what, Canada over the past minute or so started to pick up their play, but to do what Germany was doing early on in that first period, that was fantastic to see, and hopefully that continues now for Germany the rest of the way. That would be fantastic if it does, as we are just on commercial break right now, friends. If you want to stay tuned, we'll get back to action here with the play-by-play call in a matter of moments, but hopefully things get a little bit more interesting. Maybe Germany scores a goal, maybe Canada scores a goal, somebody scores a goal, and things get a little rolling around here for us in this first period. That would be fantastic if that's the case. And 2008 is when the men's IIHF World Hockey Championship was held in Canada. So that's the stat I was asking for. Christine was able to find out for us. So there we go. 12:54 to go here in this first period. We're back to action here. And that's kind of the different thing, is these games get right back to action, as opposed to how the NHL games, you kind of have a break for a little stat update or something. Is this going to be Canada flicking this one in on the attack? Germany's going to go in behind. They're going to battle back and get it into possession in the neutral zone. And this one's going to go down low, and it will be a stoppage and play and icing call against Team Canada. All right. As this one is going to be a stoppage and play again, as there's a lot of Germany fans in the building. They've got like an entire section taken up right now in one corner of Nokia Arena. And no, Epiphany, with this being a TSN game, unfortunately Sportsnet doesn't do the scoreboard, so that's the tough part for us. No live tracker available. I will look in the intermission. The shot fired, save, scores! Germany scored! Oh boy! Like I was saying, I wanted something to happen here And the building absolutely erupts for Team Germany as they've got themselves a goal. And like I said, I want Canada to win. Don't kid yourself there, but I am absolutely ecstatic to see Germany score that goal, and John Peterka gets the goal there for him, as that's just a beautiful head-up pass, and then Peterka fires it glove side on Montembeault, and that was just one of those releases that was so quick and so fast, and it just ends up in the back of the net, and that is fantastic. So Germany has their life right now, as the German fans all lit up about that goal. And Peterka, it's absolutely absolutely lit up there. So here we go. Let's do this, friends. Wait, is Canada going to challenge for an offside? It appears Canada is going to challenge for an offside, so stay tuned. Andre Tourigny is going to challenge for an offside here, as the linesman will take a look. And it was close to the blue line. I won't kid yourself there, but that is a huge, huge goal for Germany. And let's see what we got going here. Is this one's going to be across the blue line, off the skates of Peterka. That's tight. That is absolutely tight. This side angle will kind of be a better angle, as he is. Oof, that stick moves quick. That stick moves really, really quick. And he is, I think he's onside, honestly. I think he's onside there, but not 100% sure, and I guess we'll see what the video review room decides on this one. And that's kind of funny how archaic looking that video review room is here for this, but that's what they're showing there, is the skate right there. But I think he keeps the skate on the blue edge until he crosses, as you see here. Ooh, he's offside by a hair. He's offside by a hair. You've got to be kidding me. Germany thought they had it, and unless the referees deem it inconclusive, this is going to come back, because there's no way it wasn't, no way it was a good goal if they can't deem it inconclusive. And the Canadian fans waving it off while the one man in the Saskatchewan Roughriders green. Peterka, the World Junior star, is what they just said. Obviously, it would be huge. They can celebrate this win here, and this one just right across the line. You're not going to get a good view on it of this one here, I don't think. Yeah, actually, you kind of do. But it is what it is. And oh well. As looks like the referee will come to neutral territory in the middle of the ice. And it's a good goal. It's a good goal. Not a shot, but I guess so. The German side gets to celebrate twice over. They've scored a goal, and Andre Tourigny not happy at all with this one. But that is going to end up being a good goal here for Team Germany, as Peterka, great cut to the middle there to fire that puck and scored a huge one there. So now we'll see what ends up happening here for Team Germany. Up 1-0. Canada will need a response. Tourigny is not very happy at all, as the German side pretty lit up with that big time goal. And obviously Canada will now go to the penalty kill by the looks of it here as well, as they have been assessed. A minor. This one's going to go here. 1-0 for Germany. 1:55 to go here in this power play for Team Germany, as they've got it into the zone here. This one's going to be dumped into the far or near side corner here. 1-0. 2 minutes delaying the game for Canada is what they call it in the international tournaments. And this one's going to be worked in behind now. In behind, and Germany will get it to the near side boards. Peterka will go here as he will play it off. This one's going to work here. 1:25 to go here, as Peterka will get it back to the blue line. And this one's now going to be worked out into the neutral zone by Canada on the tip play. Sider will play it over there, and now here comes Peterka. And here's the thing. Now I'm all sad that Canada's down 1-0, but I'm also lit up that Germany's up 1-0. I don't know how to make out with this one. It's kind of the same situation I saw against Finland losing in overtime. Here's Canada short-handed though. Shot fired towards the net, blocked in front. 56 seconds to go. This one will be worked now by Germany across their own blue line. They'll get back and up into play, and Cap, please get down. Please get down. Thank you, buddy. 44 seconds to go here in the power play as Canada will pick up, fire the puck up off the boards. It hits the linesman. Lucky break. Here's Canada trying to break away with Toffoli. Couldn't do it. And now this one's going to be worked by Canada back into the Germany zone. 30 seconds to go here in the power play. 1-0 for Germany as they are just skating through the neutral zone rather easily against Canada here. And now all of a sudden to the far side boards, or near side boards, sorry, they play it off the back of the net. Canada's going to play this one back to the blue line, and now with 13 seconds to go, Canada's going to try and get a shorthanded opportunity here. And this is not going to work out so well for Canada as they're muscled off the puck. And this one's going to be worked up now by Germany. 1-0 full strength now as 10-11 to go here in this first period. As it's going to be backhanded in behind. Germany will pick this one up. Peterka from Sider was the goal. That's what they've now announced in the building. As Canada will play this one back into the neutral zone, working it back the other way. And picking it up is Germany across the Canadian blue line. Oh my goodness, they can't keep control of the puck though. It's just bouncing around out there. It's kind of crazy. As here's the shot from Fantilli fired into the neutral middle of the ice there of the German zone. Nothing happening there as Canada will work this one back the other way. Here comes Germany again. They're denied by Canada, and this is just back and forth stick checking all the way through the neutral zone, it seems. 1-0 Germany's lead, 9:30 to go here in this first period of play. Germany's going to fire this one in down low into the Canadian end. And now this one's going to be backhanded by Canada up the boards. Now playing it out into the neutral zone, skating ahead. Neighbors gets it onto the tape. Here's the Canada side shot, scores! There you go, just like that. Canada responds right back, and we've got ourselves a 1-1 goal. So there it is. It is Samuel Bly scoring the goal for Canada as he's got his 6th goal of the tournament. This one's just a great play by Jake Neighbors, playing it up off of a German player and then skating into it. Were the Canadians in the German zone, and they just kind of busted coverage there and scored a big goal. So there you go. Krebs over to Bly, and it goes into the back of the net. So there's a huge get for the Canadians. They respond back. And now all of a sudden, friends, we've got ourselves a hockey game. And that's what we were waiting for this afternoon, is a hockey game to break out. And now you do have it. So 1-1 between Canada and Germany with 9:13 to go here in this first period of play. The Finnish mascot, the tournament mascot, I'm not sure what that is. That thing is scary, but 1-1 the score between Canada and Germany. But if you guys are actually behind me for once, that's a nice get. I'll take that. As this one's going to be worked into the middle of the ice. Shot fired, save made by the German goalkeeper. And we will have a stoppage in play with 8:52 to go and another stoppage to go to commercial break. So there we go, friends. We are absolutely rolling along now. We're having some fun. Germany scored the opener. Canada responded. And now we've got ourselves an interesting hockey game at last, as it was just kind of starting to tie up there a little bit in the neutral zone, and now suddenly it's kind of busted open a little bit, as it'll be interesting to see what Canada does now and what Germany does now, right? Germany scored the opening goal, and now they all of a sudden find themselves tied again, so hopefully for them they can find an answer. And Hudson, it's all good that you didn't get a chance to catch the Oilers stream. It was a good time, but definitely having to watch it yourself is kind of what matters the most, that's for sure. So we'll see what ends up coming out of that. They're showing off the new Transformers movie. I don't know how they're still making new Transformers movies in the year 2023, but I guess that's a franchise that just won't die. And now we will have a face-off in the German zone. Left-hand side of the goalkeeper. So this one will be run back one more time before we drop the puck. It's in Nokia Arena there, Scout. As this one's going to be an opportunity here, played back ahead. Germany's going to come across, and 1-1 the score now, as this one's going to be worked around in behind the net. Germany, the one-time opportunity off the skates of Tyler Myers. And now Canada's going to get a backhand opportunity for Tyler Toffoli, skating into it. Jake Neighbors just about had a golden opportunity there to score himself a goal. Or sorry, that's Carcone. He almost just about put that one home on a little swat at the puck, but just couldn't do it. This one's going to be picked up now by Germany. Worked back in, and this is where this is going to get interesting. 8:15 to go here in this first period of play. Played back down low into the German zone. As this one's suddenly starting to take a lot of time. As Canada's across the line, here's Uyghur driving to the backhand, played off of the German side, can't do it. And this one's going to be worked back into the Canadian end now, as this will be picked up, I believe, by Middleton. Uyghur will get it going up the boards over to his Canadian D partner, and this one will be worked up again by Middleton. Here's the puck, played into the middle of the ice. Canada just couldn't get the finish on that puck. Playing in Finland, of course, today. 1-1 the score here between Canada and Germany, as this is just starting to clamp down into championship style hockey. That's exactly what it's looking like, and that's unfortunately the problem, is when you're not really that invested, it's kind of tough to watch. And 7:24 to go here in this first period of play. 1-1 between Canada and Germany. 7 shots on goal for Canada, 6 for Germany, but they definitely started hot. They got a whole bunch of shots on net. Germany's won 6 faceoffs. Canada's won 2 so far. This one's going to be played back down low. Worked by Germany to the middle of the ice in the Canadian zone, now to the near side point. Shot fired towards the net, up over top of the net. This one's going to go again. Another shot, save made. This one comes to the near side boards. Shot off the Canadian stick, and the Canadians will now be able to clear the puck. There's Lucic getting it across over to an attacker. Here's Canada. The shot fired, save made in front. Another rebound, and just could not crack it home. As this one will be picked up by Germany. Back the other way now they come. They're going to try and get across the line. Oh, big collision there. Lucic absolutely sent the man flying. And now another big hit there in behind the net as well, as this one will come back into the middle of the ice. Here comes Canada across the one-time slap shot. Can't do it, and this one will be worked back to the point now, picked up there by Carcone. He will drag off of the goal line, but really couldn't do much there, and Germany will chop it out into the middle of the ice. And this one's going to be picked up now by Germany. Back the other way, Germany's going to stand across the line, can't do it. This one's going to get going back now behind the Canadian blue line, now picked up by Canada in the neutral zone, fired ahead, and they're just trying to stretch them, but can't seem to do it. 1-1 here in the first period, as this one will be an opportunity for Canada to pick it up and fire it back into the neutral territory. Carcone will get it across, and this one will be picked up back far side by Canada in their own end. 1-1, 5:18 to go here in this first period of play. Flicked in by Canada. We've got ourselves just over 5 minutes to go, and this mascot can really just go up higher in the stands. I'm tired of looking at him, as this one's going to come down low, and Uyghur just absolutely got spilled down to the ice. 4:58 to go here in this first period of play. This one's going to be tipped on down low into the Canadian end. 1-1 our score with 4:50 to go here in this first period. So that's where we're at right now. This one's going to work out from behind the German net. They're going to skate right in front. Almost turned it over there. This one's now to the near side blue line for Canada. This is going to come down deep, and it's going to be Joseph being taken down to the ice. And Germany's suddenly getting quite a bit more physical after Canada threw those big 2 hits in their own end. And 4:23 to go, and there's Joseph leaning on his man, trying to free up that puck, kind of getting into the back padding there, and now it's going to come down to the point, as this one will be worked down low for Germany. 4:11 to go here in this first period of play, as this one's going to be now worked by Canada off a German player, and this is just a mess in their own zone for Canada. They just cannot seem to get out of the zone, and they are struggling here. This is going to be picked up and fired back in by Germany, and they're going to get across the line with an opportunity to fire a shot. Canadian player goes down like Darnell Nurse would, and this is just not good at all. This is looking really bad. As Germany is going to still have possession in the zone of this puck. Shot fired, save made by Montembeault. Didn't even see it. Germany will wire it around the boards. It comes back to the far side. Canada is absolutely drained out there. Tyler Myers barely standing up. This one's going to escape the zone, and Canada will go for a line change here with 3:25 to go in this first period of play. This is going to be picked up now by Germany. Germany will get across the line here and flip into the Canadian zone. This one's going to be worked down to Middleton. 3:10 to go here in this first period of play. Worked up now by Uyghur. He will get across and get going the other way. Picked up and cleared back in by Canada. They are offside though, so Milan Lucic offside will have this whistle down. And that is tough. Ugh. All right. All right. Hey, guys, give me a second. I gotta go upstairs and get more water. This is just. I woke up with a sore throat this morning, and now it's just burning, absolutely burning in the back of my throat there on my right tonsil. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this one, friends. Oh my goodness, this is not comfortable, but we'll get through it as Canada's going to get to the attack here. They're going to get back to the blue line. Uyghur's going to fire the shot. And this one's going to be cleared out into the neutral territory. That's going to be knocked down there in the front. And Canada and Germany have been just trying to level each other with absolutely huge hits. And there's another big one on Middleton, as Sider absolutely labeled him. And this one's getting ugly here. As they are going out there and throwing big body checks, that's for sure. As this one's the first one there. Jake Neighbors takes out two players, one of his own teammates and another guy, and then all of a sudden Sider absolutely rocks a guy, and that's what he does in the NHL level. So absolutely nailed Middleton, that's for sure. So we've got a few minutes left here in this first period, and then I am going to head on out of here, friends, because this is it's going to be one of those things. Jay, I will definitely be doing the chamomile tea and honey this afternoon as soon as I am off here at the end of this first period. I thought we are going to be able to get through it. I didn't plan on waking up with a sore throat. I was actually looking really forward to this, but this is just not good at all, as this one's going to be tipped out into the neutral territory there by Canada. And then Lucic just kind of dummies the guy from behind. And Cahoon, Dominic Cahoon, former Edmonton Oiler, battling there. And this one's going to be turned back the other way for an Ooh, that was a really good looking opportunity. I thought Cahoon got a stick on that, but I guess he didn't, as it went off the Canadian stick and wide of the net. But this is going to be now an opportunity here for McBain to get going here, as he will try and tie up this puck. Can't seem to do it. This is going to be picked up now by Canada. Flipped down into the zone. 2:09 to go here in this first period of play. It's going to be worked up now by Canada across the side. And this is going to be flipped in now by Toffoli with $1:58 to go here in this first period of play. 1-1 the score. This is going to be worked across the shot, fired in, save made. Peter, I would tell you, it's been quite a train actually so far in this since the playoffs ended. I don't think I've actually gained a subscriber in a day. It's kind of been crazy, kind of how things have been struggling since. But that's fine and dandy. It's all part of the game, right? This one's going to be Samuel Bly. 12 shots on goal, 5 goals. As this one's going to be fired in by Canada, and this one's going to now be worked far side as Germany picks it up near side corner. $1:38 to go here in this first period of play. And no, I could tell all the way along that it was getting worse and worse, but all of a sudden I finished that drink of water there, what was left in the water bottle before I went upstairs, and just started burning. So that's fine and dandy. We'll survive for the rest of this period, as there's really probably not going to be much happening here. Germany's rolling it around the zone, and they can't really seem to get much going, so it's going to be cleared back to their own blue line. 1:05 to go here in this first period. This one picked up and across the blue line, and this one now goes in behind. This continues to battle for Germany in the offensive zone. 50 seconds to go here in this first period of play. This is going to be back the other way. Across the line, battled off it there, and Canada will get one last chance to set up shop in the offensive zone. Shot from the point, blocked in front there, and now another chance here for Uyghur on the near side boards. He'll fire a shot towards the net, and again, Jake Neighbors can't get the tip down. And with 25 seconds to go here in this first period of play, Canada and Germany will finish this first period more than likely tied. The shot blocked there from Canada twice over. Never mind, Canada's still trying to challenge this one. Tipped in front. Niederberger makes the save, and then Krebs gets cleared out of the crease almost immediately. So that's where we're at, friends. We got about 12 seconds to go here in this one. And Krebs with a nifty little tip through his legs there to almost put that one home. And this one too, great shot to the middle from Krebs, blocked in front by the German defender. And now we will have our final few seconds of this period. 1-1, 8 seconds to go here in this first period of play. Just worked back and fired down the length of the ice, and that will do it, my friends, for this one. As there's 2 seconds to go in this first period, I guess we'll have one more icing call, and then I will get up on out of here. But yeah, go rest up for this afternoon. Maybe part and parcel for having worked the extra day this weekend and not getting as good a sleep. But I also think that there might have been a little bit of a cat incident in my bedroom somewhere last night, as Canada right off the face-off drew the shot up, and the goaltender Niederberger made 2 big saves. But friends, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to go rest up the voice. This isn't happening in a while, but we'll see what happens here going into later this afternoon. I'll get some tea in me. I'll get a little bit of honey in me, and we'll try and rest up so as we can get that Nugent Hopkins video done. Thanks so much for being aboard today. It was really awesome seeing Germany score that first goal, see Canada respond the way they did. Let's see what happens, who wins this one here this afternoon. I am Tyson, this